So LineOne is a voice-only provider. We only do voice. We are not an MSP. We don't touch in any data, cameras, security, none of that. We truly focus on voice, and we do it really well. But because we only do voice, we also have to have a really solid billing software
Yes.
that can, can aid in that. So, so I'm very pleased with the partnership that we've had with Datagate to be able to, do our billing correctly. So it's funny, we actually have internally, we have a kudos team group, and, our technicians will get a shout out saying, oh, they did such a good job, or our onboarding specialists will get it. And I'm always joking with them, but we never get a kudos for billing them correctly,
Yeah.
But it is true. We don't have any issues with billing, so we don't get a kudos, but we don't also get any frustrated customers either. So it's been good. The main reason, and really the only reason that helped us to make the decision to switch billing platforms, was for integration purposes. We needed more integration between our softwares. We were having too many duplicate entries of, data entry in one software, then go into the, alternate software and data entry there. We didn't have any of our systems flowing. With Datagate, now all of our softwares talk to each other, and it's beautiful. You put it into one software and it flows through all the others. So that was our main reason for moving. It wasn't for, cost savings or for, extra features. I mean, the billing software that we were on before did what it needed to do. It did bill our customers, it billed them correctly, we were able to collect payments, but the main reason for us was because of the integration. And the thing that I was so impressed with Datagate is that it already had all of the integrations built in. I didn't have to help you guys create them or, tweak them. It was already done and working beautifully. So yeah, so our workflow is that we bill out of Datagate. It pushes into ConnectWise. Then ConnectWise also pushes it to WisePay, which is our payment platform for the customer. And then from WisePay, it then pushes it into QuickBooks. So it's a complete, flows again from from start to finish, it flows to all of them. So it works really well with not having to do, like I was saying, the double data entry. Previously we were having to enter information in ConnectWise and then going into the billing platform and re-entering it. Now everything just syncs. Yes, absolutely. It's really more of a time saving. Yes, definitely human error can happen as well. And it was definitely a good, thing to be able to have something that integrates so that that it's rock solid. But even with an integration, if data, is input wrong in the first place, something's misspelled, of course, then it does. So there's still that, room for human error. But as far as the time savings, just for the day-to-day data entry, if we had to make changes to an agreement in ConnectWise, then we had to remember to go and make the changes in the billing software. And so it's, on the operation side, everything was accurate, but the billing side was sometimes questionable. Did we have all the changes there because of that human error if they forgot to make that second step? Whereas now, any changes that we make in ConnectWise automatically and almost immediately flows into Datagate. So I don't have any, issues with our billing. Yes, absolutely. And that's actually one thing that I've been telling everybody that I tell about my experience of moving over to you guys is that you're you're a smaller organization like we are, but it also, I know all of the people that, I'm dealing with on a daily basis. Not really a daily basis. We don't have, support issues that much, but when I do, I have very responsive and I've been very pleased with the support that you guys have provided. I haven't had any issues. I mean, there's never been any downtime with the software, with Datagate. Of course, other softwares do, ConnectWise every now and then will glitch or something like that, or, more WisePay. We've had some issues with that, but never on the billing side. I can always get my bills out, and, then the rest of the stuff has to work itself out. Nothing on you guys. I didn't have to deal with it a whole lot. That was part of the beautiful onboarding that you guys did for us, was setting that up in the very beginning. I logged into SureTax the first time, got everything set up, and everything's mapped beautifully. I don't really have to worry about it. Everything is already, calculated and done on the back end. So I don't have any headaches whatsoever when it comes to FCC, taxes, all the sales tax, all the different jurisdictions. It's all done on the back end for me. So I have zero, headache on that side. Well, honestly, I think that the time saved enabled me to then go and scrutinize our billing a little bit more. So more of a revenue recognition side, were we billing for usage accurately? Are we really capitalizing on all of the different, things? So the reports and things that I'm being able to get out of Datagate has been able to help me to realize, hey, we're including so many minutes in this free plan, but really they were getting a few more extra free minutes, and so it's really helped me to just be able to focus more on the revenue side of things for us. So to make sure that we're billing our customers accurately and, ethically. So it's been good. Support, that is hands down our number one thing that will, take us, separate us from any other competitors. We provide true white glove support. We are humans answering the phone call and we answer it immediately. We don't have AI, answering calls for us right now. I know that's, maybe not the most, popular opinion right now. Everybody's, jumping on the AI thing. And I do think that it's a fascinating, software and technology, but at the end of the day, when you need support for something, you want a human. You don't want a computer. And so that is what we are for our customers. We are the human side of the technology, and we become their off-site telecom department. So if they don't have a IT guy or a telecom person that handles it, that is what we are for them. So yeah, we pride ourselves very much on providing top-level support for our clients. And when you're a smaller organization too, you feel like you can be a little more nimble and be that personal. I'm not a client number for you. I know that. I know that you treat us like a client with faces. And that's a huge thing when you find a partner in a vendor that, you can have that reciprocal business. But one of the things I really do love about Datagate's, well, and maybe it was just during the onboarding process, but that we can tweak our invoices, that we can change the way the invoices look. Previously, we've always told people, don't you have confusing phone bills? Phone bills are always so confusing.
Yeah.
So most people don't even look at them because they're like, I don't even understand what's happening. And previously we were that same thing. We had confusing phone bills and I hated it because I'm like, we tell people that all the time, go with an easy, phone bill to read. And we didn't have any ability to tweak the way the invoice looked or the layout. And you guys have given us complete control of the template for invoices, and now it truly looks nice, simple, clean, easy to read. Anybody can read, so I'm very happy with that aspect of the abilities that we have with Datagate. So Sogol was my onboarding specialist. She was absolutely amazing. But as far as the processes on the back end of how you guys have it laid out was so effortless for me. So we met weekly. It was at a good pace that seemed aggressive to me because it's a new software. You don't know what you're looking at. But she just handled it so well in the fact that I didn't have any panic moments of, oh, we're not going to be ready in time, or, something's not right. She did everything, all the back end, bringing in all the data and everything. She handled the heavy lifting for me, but then also slowed down enough to teach me and show me what it was. So that's one thing most software companies do. They just build it for you and say, here, go, and a software is only as good as you know how to use it, right? Softwares can be so powerful, but if you don't know how to use all of it, then it's essentially useless, for what you're paying for. And that was one thing that I was so highly impressed, is that she truly slowed down and helped me and my team to truly understand all of the ins and outs of how the software works so that I could utilize it to its fullest. I felt fully trained and prepared whenever I finished. I wasn't, panicking like, okay, this is new, I don't know if I'm clicking the right thing, I truly felt prepared. And so I was very appreciative of that, because not many software companies will take the time to go through that extent. the onboarding was the easiest transition of any software. So because that is one of the huge things when you're about to make a big change in any business when it comes to software and you're involving a lot of your employees and then training of the new software, the versions, all of that is such a headache. But I try to encourage people that don't let that be a hurdle for you. Yes, it's, it's a headache to change accounting platforms or billing softwares, but at the end of the day, don't let that be the deciding factor. So I do make sure that I mention that to everyone, that it's going to be a nice, easier transition than you really expect. And I did find some cost savings. Again, that was not our primary reason for moving to Datagate. Our main reason was for integration, and that checked the box, but at the same time I was able to realize a really nice savings as well. So it wasn't my deciding factor to move, but it was really kind of a bonus at the end, like, oh, okay, great, we moved to a better solution, we've got integrations, and we saved some money. So so I kind of explain that to all of them, and I do. I know you guys provide demos, but I do usually pop into my instance and let them see a little bit of it, just to show them how user-friendly the interface is. Our previous billing solution was not as user-friendly. It would have taken, if you get a new employee under you, it would take a couple weeks to train them on how the ins and outs of the software, whereas Datagate, they can have it figured out in one afternoon. Yes, you got to show them a little bit, but the user interface is just so friendly, and I really appreciate that about Datagate. And to your point too about the support that we get from you guys, because you're smaller and nimble, I feel like if there is a change that I need to be, tweaked, we get it much faster. I had a change to our invoice template that I wanted to make it look a little prettier, and nothing, severe, nothing, that I needed it to be done overnight kind of thing. But I did have it done overnight, and it wasn't expected, but I do appreciate that about the support level that I get with you guys. So all those things I like to share with anybody that asks. So I don't know, again, I'm transparent, but I was able to save about $24,000 a year in savings, and it was truly just because of the way that the most billing softwares, from my understanding, bill based on a percentage of your revenues that gets billed out. We're actually billing more in monthly revenues, but our percentage of billing is less. So we were able to save a significant amount of money for us. Any savings is good, but typically when you move to a better, well, in your mind, a better platform, you think you're going to be more cost, the better technology costs more, but in this case, it was actually the complete opposite, which was a really nice, refreshing change.